and welcome to the ASTD Program Teaser Podcast Series. My name is Tom Deinzer. I am the Marketing Director for ASTD Niagara Frontier. This year we have Bob Mosier joining us. I recently saw Bob present at the 2011 ASTD International Conference, and I'm very excited that he will be joining us in Buffalo to present at our December event at Chef's Restaurant on December 8th. Good afternoon, Bob.
Good afternoon. Great being here.
Bob, before we discuss your topic for December, tell us a little about yourself and your organization.
Sure. As I was introduced, Bob Mosier, I'm the Chief Learning and Strategy Evangelist for an organization called Learning Guide Solutions. I've actually been in the training industry for well over 25 years now. A number of organizations that may be familiar to folks in your group. I worked for Element K for 16 years, was a Senior Director of Learning. Actually, I got my evangelist title, frankly, from my years at Microsoft, where I was a Director of Learning there, and have been at Learning Guide for the last 5 years. We are exclusively involved in helping organizations shape, develop, design, implement, and measure informal learning, which will be a big part of my talk when I'm with you folks later in December.
Thanks, Bob. That's a great background. Like you said, the title of your presentation is on informal learning. In fact, it's Informal Learning, Are We Missing a Huge Opportunity? We hear a lot about informal learning these days, especially with the increasing adoption of social media and mobile technologies. Can you give us a preview of what your focus will be when you come to town on December 8th?
I absolutely can, yeah. And it will be it's an exciting time to be in this discipline, candidly. You know, it's a difficult time for us to be in the industry, only because of economic pressures and things that we're all well aware of. But I think, as a dear colleague of mine says, you know, desperate times often call for innovative measures. And so we're seeing a lot of wonderful work on the side of social media, performance support, informal learning. What my talk will be about is having us as an industry take as intentional a look at informal learning as we have taken at formal. And a lot of times the organizations that we work with and talk to, the reason informal has sort of stayed on the sidelines is because by the nature of the title, we sort of use it as a domain that really isn't an area we can instruct to or design for because of the nature of the beast. But what we'll talk about in the time down there is that the opposite is actually the case. We'll talk about the 5 moments of need, which will be more familiar to your folks when I'm done. We'll talk a bit about the construct of what are called the inverted pyramids, which is a design construct for taking what are our current formal assets and approaches and making them intentional on the informal domain. And then we'll give you some ways of getting started for both your learning organizations and those you support in how to integrate that into the classroom with a new blended approach that may be unique to folks who tried blended before, but this will be a more intentional way of bringing informal into the formal domain for blending it across those 5 moments. So very excited about being there and sharing the topic.
Thanks, Bob. I really did enjoy the presentation I've seen from you at the ASTD conference, and I love the 5 moments of need, and I think it's just a really great topic. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you again, and we're all looking forward to the discussion in December. So thanks again for joining.
My pleasure. Very much looking forward to it.
So folks, be sure to register for our December event, which takes place on December 8th at Chef's Restaurant. We look forward to learning, networking, and sharing with you. Until then, take care and keep learning.